Whatever, wagwan people, people there. Yo, so what's going on, everybody? Bringing it over to the YouTube. You see it, you see it, you see it, you see it. If you ain't know, now you know. You are in tuned, or you are locked into the Born into Music, which is me, Larry Jordan, BIM. But this is the JMRO, Just My Raw Soul Opinion Show. Another one, we going live with it. Going down these Beantown streets. I know I'm not gonna have as much interaction as I do on Facebook. It is what it is, man. Big shout outs to all those coming in, checking in. Make sure you press share. Let people know I'm on. Let's have a good time. We're going to talk about some of the things I spoke about this morning on the TikTok platform. And, just to reiterate some of the things going on in and around our community. So before I do that, I want to start off with a disclaimer. And remember to guard your privacy. Oh, my disclaimer goes as such. This is a like assholes. Everyone has one. They're mostly full of shit. So if we don't happen to agree upon whatever this conversation or situation may be, we don't have to hate each other. We don't have to bash each other. We don't got to do all the extra shit. We can just agree to disagree and go up on our merry way. With that said, we're going to let 10, 15, 20 seconds go by. Get what you need to prepare. No short notices. A pop-up. Let people know I'm on. We're going to chat. We're going to have a good time. We're going to speak about just real things. If you're not familiar with the JMRO show, we just speak in a truthful manner. We just speak in a manner of, the same way we would talk. If you wasn't there, we're going to talk about you like you wasn't there, but you're there. You know what I'm saying? I don't hold back names. Maybe once or twice. It all depends on the business of the situation. But usually I'm very transparent on who I'm speaking about and, where I'm going on what I'm saying. I don't really want anything to be misconstrued after I say it. So I try to be straight, succinct, and to the point on what I'm saying and how I'm saying it from the beginning, for those who are not familiar with the show. So with that said, I want to start off talking about the community that we live in. And when I speak of the community, I speak of melanated black community, Caribbean. I am a Bajan, as you would know. So, a lot of the stuff that I speak about will be towards that type of realm or that conversation, because, when I say black as in color. If I want to say American, I'll say American, but I don't say black in I don't coincide black with American, because black is a color. Black is not a nationality. So when people say, hey, what are you? And you're American and you say I'm black, I be thinking that's the dumbest shit ever. I'm like, because I'm black and, so I'm not American, but I mean, literally I am. But, in the sense of my background or whatever, I'm a citizen, I'm American. But somebody used to ask me, what nationality do you represent? Barbados, Bajan. So if somebody should ask you, what are you? You like, my family's from, or where you from? My family's from Georgia. My family's from Texas. My family's from all those places. I'll more along the lines get it. But if I'm looking at a black man and you say, I'm just black, I'll be like, yeah, this nigga dumb. So I'm just speaking on a black West Indian / Caribbean man in this city in Boston, Massachusetts, where it's a funny place. What I mean by funny, I mean funny as it's segregated. It's very segregated. It's very cliquey. And that's with everything. That's with the crowds, the party crowds. That's with the clubs. That's with the scenery. That's with who throws parties and when they throw parties and so forth. So let's let's be more transparent into that. Like, what are you talking about, Larry? Um, as far as the Caribbean community, our venues are scarce. You know what I'm saying? We really don't have a quote unquote West Indian venue per se, unless you're gonna count Unity because the owners are West Indian. But besides Unity, you know, you have Savor downtown, Haitian owned, Grace by Nia, American Black owned, and other stuff, Oasis Cafe, Legion Guy. Not big establishments, you know what I mean? These are what you would consider quote unquote hole in the walls, you know what I'm saying? Um, Savers more along the downtown area, but still it's not a big establishment. Then you have places like Carver Lodge, then you have places like Prince Hall, and you know, those are also establishments that are bigger than the hole in the wall type establishment, yet still they're not quote unquote West Indian establishments, not a place where Caribbean people frequent often. If we need a place for a bigger type event, we might go there, but then there's other little stipulations within that why people either they hire it or either they rent it or they don't rent it. So when I say that, I say it like this, like Jamaicans are not going to rent that spot just to have a regular party. Jamaicans are only going to rent that spot when there's an artist in town. You know what I'm saying? Your regular person who knows they're not going to have at least 600-700 people on a regular night, you're not going to look at Prince Hall as a place to just throw a party. You know what I mean? It's just too big, and in Boston, it's bound to, unless you bring something that is going to appeal to everybody. So again, as I said earlier, the Jamaicans won't really do that. The Trinidad, nobody outside of the Americans is going to hire Carver Lodge or Prince Hall on a regular night just to party. Again, just because it's too big and you're not going to make your money. Then you have other little spots, like I mentioned before, the Unities, the Savers, the Aspires, these type places where, you know, holds 100, 150, 200 people, and, you know, smaller event, but you're not really going to make no money. In these days and times where, you know, people are iffy to come out because of the price, the $20, $30 price at the door, the $20, $30 for drinks, things of that nature, you're not guaranteed to get a crowd. So, with that said, everything that we have is scarce. Now, I said that on a Caribbean level. Now I'm going to flip it on the American level, because even on the American level, there might be more things, more venues and establishments for them to have events, but there isn't any events. And I mean that to an extent of there isn't any events to what's consistently popping. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have events like the all black event that Lion would throw, or you have like some T. Lawson events, or maybe Dex and Team Jerk might have an event, or Next Level, or the Firemen's. But none of these are events that are how to say it, annual events. These are not just consistent weekly things. Like, there's nothing really nowadays that people have on a weekly basis that's just consistently rocking. Like, yo, Tuesday nights at Slade's, you know, they be rocking, and Friday nights at so-and-so. There is no spots like that no more. So when people do decide to go out, now, and let me say that, I said that on a party level because, and I'm segueing into what I want to talk about. That was just a little backdrop of the city and what's going on. Now, you have spots that try to have little events like painting, you know, some comedy spots, you have their weekly events. And then you have shit like karaoke's at some of these spots. I know my homegirl Sybil, she has a spot in Stoughton that she does weekly. I know people was going down with her at Cathay Pacific on Wednesdays. I know Cathay Pacific was rocking on Fridays, and I know they was rocking on Saturdays with the live band. You know what I mean? Also know other spots like graced by Nia, Carver. A lot of these places have their own little crowds doing little events during the weekday that it's not popping or lit, but it's just something for their people and their crowd. They'll get like maybe 10, 20, 25 people, and that's good for them. Good vibes, good drinks, whatever. Like I went to a brunch on Saturday at Chester's spot, Oasis Cafe. About 50 people there. Yo, drinks, food, everything. Everybody was out of there by 5 o'clock. Good vibes, good times. So them is the type of vibes that people's on right now, man. Just do what you gotta do and get up out of there. Don't gotta be all getting dressed up for nothing with the expensive, just to show off shit. People are just like, nah, not worth it anymore. You know what I'm saying? So these little quaint situations, they're becoming more of the norm, or they're becoming something that you can find more consistent, even though it's not a hoopla or a big thing. You're just like, oh, okay, I can go in here and maybe catch a drink, catch a little vibe, and be safe, right? But now, every time you turn around, if the establishment isn't closing down because of business or the lack of per se, they're closing down because of the patrons not being able to act properly. You know what I'm saying? You have individuals who just don't know how to act. And the funny thing is, because we all know we all know the crowd, right? Like, it's not the young crowd in this situation. When we're talking about Cathay Pathetic, if you don't know what Cathay Pathetic is, Cathay Pacific is a Chinese Cantonese restaurant here in Massachusetts in the Quincy-Boston borderline, and they horrible food, but you know, some people like Chinese food, some people like shitty Chinese food. They're not even just like, this is just my rational opinion, they're not even like just bad Chinese food, they're shitty Chinese food. But they're a staple in the community. They've been around for 100 years, and I'm lying about 100 years, but they've been around for a long time. And they're definitely a staple in the community. Definitely people enjoy them. So as much as me talking shit, there's a lot of people who right now listen to that and be like, oh, and they'll feel offended because they enjoy the poo-poo platter, right? But me, I'm a person of quality, so. But it's still, they gave people something to do during the week. Hello, everyone from Public Pine. What's going on? It gave something people to do during the week. But it's now over. And if you ask why, they cut it off. The insurance, they probably was getting kicked in the ass with the insurance and the liabilities because, you know, they weren't people wasn't going to sing karaoke, hold a drink, have a good time in an adult fashion and get the fuck out of there. Nope. They brought the ghetto to Quincy, and they were getting drunk in these people's place. They were leaving the bottles in the bathroom. They were going out in the parking lot, fighting, smoking, when they should just go, even if they had a little cigarette smoke and come back in. Nope, they want to go out there, hang out, argue, make it seem like, you know, the parking lot was part of the party, which it isn't. And all these type things in these suburb towns like Quincy, people are not going to be accepting of. You know what I'm saying? So what did they do? They said, yo, you know, we're not closing the restaurant, but they shut down all live entertainment until further notice. So with that said, now you got what I call them niggas. Here comes the niggas. The niggas want to turn it into something that it's not, because nobody wants to acknowledge and take blame for our mishaps. Brother, move off my back. So what do you mean, Larry? All I'm seeing on Facebook and other social media sites is people turning it into this thing where they're saying that we need to support our establishments and we need to, there's a lot of black establishments that have karaoke and so and forth and so forth. And that is true, but that is not the basis here. That is not why it was canceled. So it was canceled because of the fuck ups that our people do, that our people are bringing. Our people, all the shit that I just said. So now we take that energy and say, oh, fuck them. We can bring it to a black establishment. Now you want to fuck up the black establishment's liquor license, entertainment license, and all these things with the attitude and the drama that y'all bring into not even just Cathay Pathetic, every establishment. There's enough thing niggas can have nowadays. Because if the young niggas ain't fighting, the old people is fighting. And that's sad. That is fucking just bullshit, guys. We like people say, we gotta do better. It doesn't make any sense that, because if you look at the short of the long of it, dudes can't even have a karaoke night, bro. That's just the basis of it. Like, niggas can't even have a karaoke night. All right, the club, cool. Yeah, we understand. People getting drunk, people getting lit, people bumping each other, whatever. Yeah, incidents can happen. Karaoke? Karaoke, bro. You can't have a nice karaoke show? Nah, brother. So I am not mad at Cathay Pathetic for doing what they do, because they gotta protect their livelihood, they gotta protect their license, and they gotta protect their business. Segue a little bit, because what I'm also noticing now with this business, they are doing what they need to do. Is no longer there. Sorrel and Lime, they doing what they doing. They doing what they catching what they can catch. And all the other little clubs, Aspires will be Aspires, the Lodge be having their little parties nowadays. What you doing there, nigga? Just everybody still be trying. But again, the city is so separated and segregated that, if the Haitians are doing something, the Jamaicans don't want to go. And if the Jamaicans are doing something, the Trinis don't want to go. And if the Trinis are doing something, it's corny, yo. This city is corny on that segregation level. And then, the whole parties are not parties now. Parties are just stand-up events. So half the crowd that is willing to come out that one party don't want to come out to that type of setting. So it just leaves everybody. That whole circle effect that I spoke of, it's just bad, because it's just, as I said earlier, it's just when it goes from the music to the DJs to the crowds to the establishments to the liquor to the everything, when everybody's just looking at each other like, yo, man, what's there to do now? Man? There's nothing to do. That's what everybody's saying. Nothing to do. And even when there is stuff to do, it doesn't even get promoted, or you don't even see nothing about it. For instance, that party they had last Saturday, it was packed. It looked packed, whatever, in Unity. But again, it seemed like, if he wasn't Jamaican, you wouldn't really hear about it. You know what I'm saying? And that was for that type of crowd. That lingerie, going out, sexy type shit, that's for some people. That ain't for all, because I'm trying to be nice when I say that. So let me not say it. Just the lingerie parties ain't for everybody. You know what I'm saying? So it seemed like it's a good time. No diss to whoever party that was, because apparently there's people who wants to be out in their lingerie and in their form. I can't even. In their lingerie. But let me just say this, people. Those BBLs be killing y'all, and the thighs don't match. Just be wary about the things y'all are doing and how y'all wearing, what y'all wearing at these parties. And speaking of parties, I gotta send a big shout out to the brethren, FC Promotions. He took the reign, he took the crown, he got Boston reggae dancehall promoter, king of promoter online. He took the crown. You know what I'm saying? He's bringing up quality shows. He's putting together quality shows. He's putting it together with quality artists. You know what I'm saying? It ain't just one hit wonders. So You know, I always got to give Jack his jacket. And in town right now, man, dancehall wouldn't be saying shit if it wasn't for FC trying a thing. You know what I mean? He's doing things in Big Night Live. He's doing things in Unity. He's trying things in Makumbas. So, you know, he's trying a thing. He's giving people something to do. And as far as dancehall in the city, nigga, we need a lot. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of the scene in itself, the party scene in Boston, dead to fuck. It's dying, half dead. So I gotta give a big shout out to all the people who are trying a thing. I seen some chick put up earlier, I think her name on Facebook is Melandria or Melania or some shit like that. And she said that this year is definitely the year for the female promoter in Boston. So besides Proper, who do a thing with Jim Tom, and I know they got a girl named Star, she tries to do a little party here and there. Besides that, who are these women? I did put my little response underneath her underneath her post, and I was like, name them please, and that wasn't no diss. I really want to know who are the women that are throwing these parties. Who are the women that are doing their thing. Like, yo, let's acknowledge them. Let us see who they are. You know what I'm saying? And no hatred at all. So then, you know, they can keep doing their thing. I want to know who the up and coming people are. I mean, if you're gonna be saying that they're doing the thing, let's see the thing that they're doing. You know what I'm saying? A big shout out to you. I don't know, maybe you yourself, the Melandria, Mahalia, whatever her name is. Or do you throw parties? So maybe that's why you wanted to throw that out there for the people, because you do a thing. But you know, again, I give Proper her thing, and you know, all those. If I happen to mention miss your name at the moment, don't feel that you're not acknowledged. But you know, I personally don't. I know Tasha Michelle has a boat ride. She has a boat ride. Maybe does another party or so. I might be mistaken, but I don't know no consistent woman fet thrower in Boston. You know what I'm saying? The other chick, the fraud broad. What's her name? She full of shit, dog. Phoenix. Yeah, I was about Crazy Bones family. You know, I know she had a party or whatever, but you know, just because you have a party don't make you a fucking promoter. You know what I'm saying? So, I just want to know who these females are that you're giving the praise to. So if they deserve the praise, I could give the praise as well. Like I gave FC his praise. You know what I'm saying? Soca in Boston. Summertime's coming up. Let's see if there's gonna be anything worthwhile, because you know, this is just my Russell opinion. That song Marshall Montano brought out, that shit was shit. Soca this year to me was shit. There's a couple of songs that was good. I like that shit. And then, you know, the one that they stole from Crazy, when you whine on me, I get cold sweat. All them tunes is nice, you know what I'm saying? But there wasn't nothing that really stood out. They really just a classic from the time you hear it, you know that there was a classic. There was none of them type tunes this year, so I don't really give no ratings for Trinidad Soca this year. From the Dominican shit that I'm hearing and all of that's cool too, but all of that is just pussy, I do my body and you body, and I think, and after a while that shit gets bullshit too. So, you know, there just needs to be more creative, more real soca music for me to jump on the bandwagon. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely not on the bandwagon as of yet. So I just wanted to get those little things out there today. Speak about that whole Cathay pathetic thing. Also about up and coming shit. It is technically and literally snowing right now. I'm in the Dedham area. I'm about to make a little move. I got a little gig, a little 2-hour gig out here. So I'm gonna go plug in some music and hold a little vibes with these people till fucking 5 o'clock, from 3 to 5. But again, I'm just trying to also expand my horizons on these platforms. So big shouts to everybody and anybody that support me in this thing. you're just trying to get off the Facebook platform, I need y'all to roll with me. You know what I mean? Facebook is cool, but TikTok and Twitch is the movements, man. You know what I mean? It's a little bit more unbiased, but they're still all owned by them still crack-ass crackers that want to ban you when they feel you say certain shit that they don't like. So you're not really free, and I'm never going on Trump's fucking site, and I don't even like Twitter or X or whatever the fuck it's called this month. You know what I mean? So big shout outs for those, you know, who understands why I do what I do and how I do it. And, you know, keep supporting your brethren. Press share, like, share, subscribe. I appreciate y'all. Until the next one, my mother named me Larry Jordan, and that's my raw soul opinion.